Yeah. Boom to the hay, all your sports fans out there in the tubosphere. To you, the individual, as part of the collective. Welcome to Fast Tracks, Sports Rack, highlights here on Talk Radio version of the OMSR. I am your brief but concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN sports thrill. Always do a little show like this. Let you know the clip order coming up in the whys to wherefores. Talking some Major League Baseball on Sunday, so in part one, athletics, Blue Jays, most home runs in May is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Rangers versus Tigers. Detroit seems to be going backwards, and then Boston going down there to Tampa Bay, and a little brouhaha bench clearing, pushing and shoving match. Part two, Yankees versus White Sox, and Tanaka is on fire as the Yankees pitcher they acquired. Jeter is hitting well in his final year. Some deep defensive plays and lookalikes. Got Sheen on set. Quickie sport rants. Gonna get 3 for 1. Coming up after the highlights about how the A's should be not with apostrophe S. Detroit not going to make noise in the postseason, and how the OMSR was the first to do sports figures and their doppelgangers. Roll clips.
Want to let everybody know we welcome those of you now watching on ESPN. The softball game is concluded.
What was the final?
In what, the Giant game?
No, in the softball game.
Oh, I assume Oregon won because they were winning. Oregon won and they advanced. So
I had them on a parlay.
You had Oregon, great.
I'm joking. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say, wait a minute, what have we done the last 20 minutes for?
No,
but that's
no,
ESPN
no.
2.
No, I own that. Thank you.
This is now ESPN.
Thank you, yes.
The stretch continues here
Yes.
with Charlie Sheen, our special guest co-host. A's and the Blue Jays.
Awesome.
Oakland has a knack for finding pitchers and turning them into great pitchers. Pomerantz was a reliever. Encarnacion made that relief thing turn starter, not work very well. He hammered that ball.
Yeah, no, he was looking dead red and then just sat on it like his favorite chair. And he's an ex-Red. I have a story about him later on if we have time.
We'll have time. Jay Happytime pitched like Pomerantz had been pitching. He was good.
Yes.
Well, you can see 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and it looked like the hitters were just off balance. His ability to move the ball through the strike zone, Charlie, that's what makes any guy safe.
Absolutely, absolutely. Keep the hitter off balance. That's how you earn your money. But look for this Blue Jay team to be playing baseball in October. No joke.
Melky Cabrera with a great catch at the wall.
All right, Cabrera, who will not quit.
He will not go away.
Guy's a stud.
How about Encarnacion on a team that's got Bautista and Cabrera?
It's just not fair.
Adjusting home runs ahead
It's
of
not fair, Carl.
P-Mart, Nelson Cruz. 12 of his 24 hits have been home runs in May.
Wow.
2 things.
Wow.
They're going to be playing in October? Why do you think that?
If they stay healthy.
No, you didn't say, you said they will be playing in October. There was no if. I didn't get the caveat there.
Okay. Well, here's your caveat. If it stays in line with what they're doing now, guys, post game. Then absolutely. If it continues to gel with what they've maintained and what they've established thus far, absolutely, they will play fall baseball. Yeah.
Earlier in the show, we showed you going deep, Dodger Stadium. I think you said some high school.
Heart High. Todd Zeal's alma mater. Yes, indeed.
The Encarnacion home run trot single flap. You like? And if
well,
so,
he obviously borrowed it from Jeffrey Leonard, right, of the Giants. Yes, indeed. But oh, here we go. Look at this. Yeah, flaps down, get some, bang.
So you're a Jeffrey Leonard guy, but a Red guy, but you like the Leonard trot.
Well, I understand the Leonard trot. Look at this. It's to get his team going and piss everybody off, but I'm also a huge fan of the Matt Williams trot.
And the Matt Williams trot was?
He described, and I'm sorry that we're live, that when he hits a home run, he puts his head down as though he's just passed gas in an elevator. Sorry, that is a quote. That is an absolute quote. You can look it up, as Mel Allen says. No joke.
So the idea is kind of just do it as if you don't want anyone to know what you just did.
He doesn't want one behind the ear in the next at bat.
Gotcha.
Because he went upper deck on like a 2-0 changeup and said, "Really? Boom.
Boom.
Sorry."
Charlie Sheen, everybody. Let's carry on with the Sunday stretch. The Texas Rangers, who barely have enough, you talk about a mash unit, barely have enough guys to field the team, and they hammered Verlander today.
Yeah. Well, Verlander's had some problems recently. I don't know what's going on. He had the bad stuff in Cleveland. He's not trusting his good stuff. Or he's injured and not telling anybody.
It looks like his velocity isn't there. Looks like a lot of balls are left out over the plate.
You're right.
And Texas beat up on him, but they saw a lot of pitches out over the plate. And when you're not throwing mid to high 90s and you're living out over the plate like that right there, well, there's 94 miles an hour, but if it's straight.
But when he brings his A game, he's as dominant as anyone that ever played the game.
D game. Because we're live or we're being generous, it's C game, yeah.
C game.
Yeah, sorry.
But Trump, because he's that good.
Right.
Because he's better than 7 billion other people alive. Yeah.
That's bad news for the Tigers. Cabrera, a right hamstring cramp. There's a lot of hamstring things going around right now.
Ice that thing tonight. He'll be back tomorrow. He's fine.
He's good?
He's that tough. Hell yeah.
Verlander trending the wrong way, and you mentioned the surgery which he had to really help him out with his core, and we saw him in the spring. He felt better than he'd ever felt. You hope that he's not hurt, but that would speak to some of the velocity loss if that's the case.
Well, look at the batting average. All that tells me 275 guys are feeling comfortable. He normally in the past did not feel comfortable facing Justin Verlander.
Red Sox, Rays, Pedroia. He shaved, trying to go clean-shaven to break this 9-game skid. This game was a little feisty. In the 7th, the Rays up 6-3. Yunel Escobar hit a double. James Loney and Brandon Geyer score, so now it's 8-3.
Okay.
Craig Breslow, after 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, is out. The new pitcher's Edward Mujica, and Escobar's going to steal third, up by 5.
Wow. This is like a group hug, sort of. Yes. No, but Gomes and X-Red have contributed greatly here. Things like this happen out of frustration, out of not being able to direct the anger into some other place, and it comes out misdirected.
It seems like they could use some anger management.
Well, I'm their guy. I am a licensed anger management therapist. Thank you. I play one on television.
Is that right?
Yes. That's when the crowd was supposed to go, yeah, you do.
The Rays won that. Passionate fan understanding what the Red Sox are going through. 10 in a row they've lost.
Yeah. Now there's some stat we just talked about from world champion to start of the season. This is the worst start for a world champion since.
For the Red Sox?
Yeah, for any.
They've lost as many games as the Miami Marlins did, or the Florida Marlins after the 98 season.
Yeah, there you
when
go.
When they sold off everybody.
Right, there was that fire sale, yeah.
Right.
Thanks for the championship.
They haven't had a big fire sale, though.
Yeah, that was Isaiah, right?
You got it.
Yeah, way
This
to go.
is totally different, though. I think this team is too veteran a ball club. I think they have too much depth on this team for this stuff to kind of continue.
You are absolutely right.
Not playing the baseball that they were playing.
Yeah. Which is when veteran leadership needs to show up, take charge in the clubhouse, tell the manager, I got this. Let's start focusing on the fundamentals and what we know how to do well every day.
There you go. Big story there. They've lost 10 games in a row. If you look at the...
All right. Some good stuff going on there. Quickie Sport Rants. I just think the way they're doing Sunday baseball this year, it's good that they're at the Sunday night game of the week, or featured game of the week, right? But last year, it was just done better. You had Tim Quirkjian, who looks stunningly similar to a guy who plays the Wizard, who's also named Tim in Monty Python's Holy Grail. So that was always a good humorous segue. Plus, they were showing the records of the teams. Of all the clubs we just saw, and it was cut short, mind you, because the ladies softball was running long. So they focused on these 3 groups of games, the 6 teams, because of the stuff going on, per se. This time of year, well, we're only a quarter of the way through the season, thereabouts, almost a third. We don't know the records. So that's why this year the OMSR is not necessarily covering a whole lot of baseball updates. Maybe I got to do it more during the week. Yeah, Quickie Sport Rant number 2 about how Jeter, the Yankees, looking like They're going to do well. Detroit going backwards. Red Sox going backwards. So were the Beards helping or not, or was it the sports gods giving Boston a shout out because of what happened, during the marathon? In a poetic justice kind of way. And then finally, Charlie Sheen there on set, some good stuff happening. I would just say that, I don't have those shows from 2 years ago from the World Series, but check out Doo-Doo, if he still is, I believe so. I want to say Ted Washington, manager of the Rangers, and a side-by-side with Morgan Freeman when he's wearing glasses in one of his roles, if he's not wearing them all the time. I just don't have that to prove it, but you'll just have to take my word for it because I call it something different. Sports figures and their doppelgangers in pop culture. Alright, all the video highlights courtesy to ESPN and Baseball Tonight. Everything else to the OMSR. That's it. Thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating the NBA playoffs. We are later out.